Hi everyone, welcome to Zim Programmer channel. Today we are going to look at switch statements in C Sharp. So what is a switch statement? A switch statement is a statement that allows a variable to be tested for equality against a list of values. Each value is called a case, and the variable being switched on is checked for each switch case. Right, so switch statement is simply checking a variable for different cases, right, like what we were doing in the if else statement. But this is a switch statement which uses the different syntax. Right, let's go ahead and look at the form design. You can design your form exactly as you are seeing in this video. Right, so we have this heading of a label, and I've put a text box here with the name day text box, and the button with the name accept day, and the label of label message with the name label message. So what we are going to do right here is to check the number which is going to be entered by the user in this text box, and accept it in this button, and check what a day is it in the week, a day of the week, right? So I'm going to check the day of the week using the number which is going to be entered by the user in this text box. So quickly, I'm going to show you the general syntax of a switch statement in C Sharp. Let's double click and have a look. So I have put the general syntax of this switch case in this form load. Right, you can see in the form load I have the syntax of a switch statement C Sharp switch. Then we have an expression. This is the syntax of switch case. Uh, we have the switch, and we have this expression, and we open the curly brace, and inside these curly braces we have our cases. As we have said, when we are dealing with switch case, we are testing different conditions or different expressions in cases. So this is the first case, and you write the statements. Then after writing the statements for each case, you break so that you can tell your program that it must exit from that case, and you can go ahead on another case. Remember, when we were dealing with the if statements, we were using these two curly braces like this. So these were determining the beginning and the end of the block. So it's different from the switch case. We use the break to indicate that we are done with the statement of this case, and then we move on to the next. So that's it. This is the switch case. So I'm going to demonstrate on how you can exactly deal with what we have discussed that we are going to do right here. So we're going to enter the day inside this text box and determine what a day it is, the day of the week, and display the message in this label. Right, that's what we are going to do. So let's go ahead and double click our button, and something of importance is that we were dealing with conditions in if statements, but here we are dealing with expressions. The difference is that we were dealing with conditions, and in if statements, and in switch we are dealing with expressions. So let's go ahead and double click our button, and in our button we are going to put some code for this if statement, for this switch case. Right, so let's go ahead, and firstly we have to declare the day of the week, or the day which is going to be entered by the user. So the day, we know that it is of a data type of an integer int. You can say day like this, and we assign it to text box, which we say is the day, day text box. This one dot text. That's it. Right, so what we have to do is to, excuse me a second. So you can see we have an error here. We have to pass it as an integer right there. So we have to convert it. Right, we have to convert it from, because this text box is regarded as a string, and we have declared our data type as an integer. So we have to explicitly convert this like int.parse. This means that we are converting the text box contents to the data type of an integer, then end our statement. Right. So right now we have taken care of our variable which we are going to use in this code. So let's go ahead and create this switch case statement. Right. We declare switch and we put the variable day. This is what we are going to check to determine whether what day it is from our code. So you open this curly braces. Remember, from the general format we said you declare expression and then open the curly braces, and then from there we can move on and test our conditions. Right, so we say case one. Let's say, in for example, the user, right, case one, let's say for example, a user has placed or has entered a one. We want to check what day of the week is it in days of the week, right? So let's go ahead and check. For case one, we want to display the day as Sunday. So we are going to display in a label message. So we're going to say label message dot text is assigned to Sunday, like this, right? And then from there we say you have to break to show that you are exiting from that case. And then we move on to case two. Case two, right? We want to say label message. You want the label message to say, to show some message like this is, excuse me, this is Monday, right? So I'm going to fast forward this and make some code for all days, take care of all days of the week, and I'll come back to you on the default case, right? Right, I have taken care of all the days of the week here. So you can see we have let me reduce the font so that you can see. Right, we have this Sunday, case 1, case 2, Monday, case 3, this is a Tuesday, case 4, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So these are the days of the week. So let's take for example, the user enters something like 8. We know that it's not a valid day of the week, so we have to display a message for that. So we will do that in a default case. This is just like the else case. So you are going to type default and put this colon. So what do you want to do is to show the label message to text as invalid day, like this, right? We know that we don't have 8 days, and then we break the case like this. So that's it. So our program is going to wait for the user to enter something into this text box, and then if the user clicks the button, it will determine what day is it. So let's go ahead and run this program so that you can see what will be the output, is if it is going to be as expected, right? So that's it. Our program has executed. We have it here. So let's go ahead and enter some text as we have said that he must determine whether it is a valid day. Right, let's enter one and say accept. Right, you can see it's Sunday. Let's enter something like 6. You can see it's Friday. Let's enter something like 7. You can see Saturday, right? Let's enter 12. You know that we don't have 12 days in a week, and it displays invalid day. So that's it. Even if you put some characters which are not in the range, it can say it's an invalid day again. So let's go ahead and have a look. That's it. So you can see if we entered this SG, the program freezes. Why? Because it fails to convert this SG to an integer data type. So right, so you see if you enter invalid data, the program crashes. And you can see if you have this default case, you have, this is optional, you might not put it and your code still executes. Why? Because you might not want to execute some code after the conditions are tested and proven to be false. That's it. So you can go ahead and test it again, putting some valid data. Since we haven't validated it using the try catch block, if you put the try catch block, it will take care of the freezing and even the crashing of the program. Your system will never crash, but it will show some error message. But here we haven't used the try catch, so the system freezes when you put an invalid data. Like if you put a string instead of an integer, it will freeze and crash the program. So let's go ahead and test again. You can see it's Tuesday. Let's go ahead and test 5. You can see it's Friday. So this is all you have to know about the switch case. Let me show you the code for the last time so that you can have some ease in following this tutorial. So you have to declare a variable first, and then variable, you have to assign a variable to some value, and the value is coming from a text box. That's why we have put this text box here. And then from there we are going to switch this variable, which means we are switching from case 1 to up to all cases, which will be in this bracket, which will be declared here using this. So we know that if the case or if the data is not in the range of this variable, we will receive an error message. That's it. So this is all we have, or we will receive this code will be executed the default one. Why? Because the data will be out of range. So that's it on switch case. Thank you guys. Have a look again. Write case 1, case 2, break after every case, and then from there move to another case, from there move to another case up to the case default. This is all about switch case. Thank you. Have a nice time. Don't forget to subscribe to this simple programmer channel for more videos and more fruitful tutorials. Bye.